So Ian, this doesn't look bad on first blush. Yes, this looks like a mallet, but I think you're still struggling with working in the 3D space properly because if I get in here and I rotate your view, that's what you get. See, so you have this and you have this, two separate pieces. So from this standpoint, it looks great. But if you shift it to any other view, you end up with this, which basically shows that the two pieces are not even close to each other. One of the first things you have to wrap your mind around when it comes to 3D is working in the actual 3D space or in the perspective view versus working in your top, front, or side view. These would be referred to as your orthographic views. So a lot of times with students, I tell you to start here. I mean, you can like create an object here, but set them up here because these you can see if something is lining up properly. So a good example would be, say I got in here and I grabbed, say, this object. Now, if I were to move it and say the front view, see, based on this view, looks like the two things are intersecting. But as you can see right here, they're nowhere near each other. And again, in the perspective view, depending upon where I'm lined up or how I'm looking at it, it could look like they are actually there. But if you look at your other views, you can see that no, they're not actually interacting. Now, when I do that, doesn't matter where I go from a actual 3D standpoint, they are actually interacting. So really and truly what you would want to have done is something like this, where you start out and you create a cylinder. You start off right there, and as you can see in my perspective view, I have that. And then I could create another cylinder, and I'm going to do it in my front view so that it will look like it's interacting. And I'll do it over here off to the side a little bit. Give it some thickness or some depth. And now I can move it over and position it so it's right where I want it to be. And as you can see now, no matter where I go from a perspective standpoint, the two objects are interacting with each other. So if you are retaking this class, just remember you want to work with these views initially until you get comfortable and really know what you're looking at in the perspective viewport, because when you're working in 3D space, it's very easy to think something is set up correctly, but it's not, because you're not just moving in the X or Y. You're not just moving up and down, but you're actually working in the Z. You're working with real 3D depth, and that can take a little bit extra wrapping your mind around to make sure you're getting it right.